Hey, y'all, what's up? I'm just coming back from a cold. I'm gonna try to start doing these more regular. 2025 have been kicking my ass, okay? Between my son's health and me being laid off, and then my grandmother just passing, and then my health and all the things, it was just overwhelming. And I forgot to make a video of Survivor Series, or I forgot to post it. It was one or the other. And I forgot to do one of Saturday Night Main Event, my hometown in DC, where I was raised at. Look, my skin right here is dry because I've been blowing my nose for the past 4 days. Because North Carolina weather is bipolar as hell. Okay? I'm not even supposed to be here. Okay? My mom bought a house, moved back to Florida because we used to live there. We used to live outside of Orlando in Castleberry, and then we stayed in Winter Springs. Okay? I think at one point in time she wanted to live in Oviedo. But she moved back to Florida. I was supposed to have been down there the 27th, but I was so bedridden and messed up, I couldn't, because the plan was I was going to take my son to the holiday show WWE was having in Tampa, because where she lives at is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. And then I was going to take him to Raw tonight in Orlando, which is 45 minutes. And I'm here in North Carolina. I don't like that. Okay, so before I go into Raw, I will say all the Saturday Night Main Event was everything, okay? Minus the ending. Soruka's my girl. She's one of my girls. I always tell y'all, her, Jordan, ever since Jordan was in TNA, now she's in NXT, Roxanne, Liv, and Bianca, my girls, okay? Heel or face, they can't do no wrong to me. Like, I like all the other girls, because I'm here for the girls and the factions and the tag teams, because I grew up on factions and tag teams, and I'm always here for the women, okay? And the culturalization of everything. So, I'm here for that. Like, love them. Wonder if they're getting called up. So, and then Survivor Series, I didn't make the video, but when they showed somebody stopping, everybody kept saying it was Seth. I'm glad they showed it was Theory. I said, when I looked at his back, because that's like one of the sexiest body parts to me on a man. And I looked and I said, no. I said, that's not, I'm glad they revealed his Theory. Because I'm like, that's not Seth. First of all, I think his elbow or something is messed up. I was like, yeah, he could do the stomp, but where was his other arm going to be at? Second of all, I was like, his shoulder and his back is too big. His build is too big for that to be Seth. That is not, is no way in hell that's that man. Okay? So I'm glad they showed his Theory. I didn't watch, I haven't watched Raw since Survivor Series. I haven't been watching it consistently because I've been overwhelmed, like I said. So I haven't been catching a lot of things. 2025, I'm going to try to get back into it. For sure, I know I'm going to be tweeting about it if I don't make videos about it. Or I'm going to make a video right after it's over with and I'm not going to post it for like a couple days. Okay? Because I used to get overwhelmed with tweeting, making a video, and then trying to post it right after. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then staying up, making sure it get posted right, and then trying to go to bed and get up and go to work. Like, I'm not doing that. But it started with, first of all, I just watched the beginning because I missed the first 6 minutes. Who dog is that? That Rey Mysterio guy. Like, whose dog is that? And why it look like the dog from Next Friday but brown? Y'all remember that dog? The day that co-worker was feeding steaks to and stuff. So it would embark when Little Joker, and Baby Joker was cross the street and they was trying to get, what the hell was they trying to get from over there? No, I ain't watched Next Friday in forever. There was some money, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. But yeah, that's what that dog looked like. And it also kind of reminded me of Spike from Toy Story. Was Spike that type of dog? That's what that dog is not cute. Okay? Like, out of all the dog breeds, that's not a cute one. Okay. And I'm here for the big dogs if they're sweet. Like my brother has a lab golden retriever mix. Deuce is a big baby. He's 2. And sometimes, if they're sweet and nice. But I'm here for the medium and the little dogs. Because, like, picking up after them, I don't want to pick up after big dogs. Because that's like picking up at a grown man's poop. I'm not doing that. Anyways, whose dog was that? Okay. Second of all, 2 years and 8 months since they held the tag team titles. Since WrestleMania 39 was 2 years and 8 months ago, is crazy. And I say that because I've been watching 3 years and some change. Well, faithfully, because I started watching at the end of March of 2022. I've been watching faithfully 3 years. Because I watched from March 2022. No, it was right after WrestleMania. So April 22, because I didn't see WrestleMania 38. So April 2022 till May of 2022. Because I know I watched Backlash and then I stopped watching it consistently. Like, I missed Money in the Bank, and that was one of my favorite PLEs. That, Elimination Chamber, and Survivor Series War Games, which I had a whole thing about. I think I made a video on it because I was pissed off about, like, why was it like that? Like, why did y'all have them coming out like that and not in the cage? I didn't like that. That was giving Royal Rumble. I didn't like that. Also, as much as I say Money in the Bank has been, like, lately, Royal Rumble's been taking over for Money in the Bank. Okay? But anyways, 2 years and 8 months is crazy. But in them 2 years and 8 months, Jay has fought for the IC championship, and he's gotten the world championship. Big Jim has been trying to get the championship, which I think he should get the United States championship. But I've been telling people he should get it after Carmelo. Because I was like, it's no way in hell that everybody that's been drafted with you has been a champion but you. Like, I didn't understand that. I'm so glad he got that championship, y'all. I'm so glad. Also, I feel like the next person that should get it, if he still works for WWE, is Santos. Because had he not gotten injured, Ray wouldn't have been a champion. Santos would have been a champion. I was there when he won the gauntlet thing. Like, when they had it in Raleigh, I was there. Because people was talking to me. Matter of fact, it's up on my YouTube. Because people was talking to me about, oh, they thought such and such. And I think in the day, I was like I said. Also, like, yeah, so it started out with Theory coming out, him being part of the Vision. This is my thing. Okay, it's good because everybody's about the same age. They're all given about, I'm going to say 26 to 30-ish. So it's a good faction. That's young, which is kind of crazy because most people that graduate NXT is about 27. So I'm here, I'm here for it. But I will say Raw's still the better show to me. If Michael Cole and Pat was on it, it would definitely be the better show. But I feel like because they know it's the better show, they put Joe and Wade on there to mellow things out. Not saying that they're not good commentators, but it helps mellow it out. Like, you get the excitement and the thrill from the stories and the segments and the matches that you kind of need the mellow voice of, like, Joe and stuff like that. Versus SmackDown, sometimes it's hit or miss. If it wasn't for the factions and tag teams, because even sometimes with the girls, y'all know I let the girls down, it'd be hit or miss. But, and the best thing that they had on there at the time, outside of like Motor City Machine Guns and DIY and stuff like that, was like B-Fab and Michin, or like Charlotte and Alexa being tagged champions, like that was the best thing, because with Bianca being injured and making Jade a heel, because her being a face was cute, but people that know her from AEW, that was fan of her, watching her AEW, she was a much better heel. She's a much better heel. She was a ball player. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a little bit of confidence and a little slash of arrogance with you when you play ball, to know that you can do what other people can't do. And that definitely gives heel. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely, like, don't make her no face. If Bianca comes back, or whenever she comes back and goes to SmackDown, I don't know how that's going to play out. Because they still haven't had, I don't know if they're going to bring back the story with the Naomi situation and then let it go out from there. I don't know what that's going to be like. Also, okay, so this is going to be a lot, because it's going to be for all what other, y'all know me. Whoever's been watching my videos, y'all know me, I go off on tangents. Just been diagnosed with ADHD in May, so that makes a lot of sense. Hey, if you haven't, welcome. Okay. So I want to keep it as authentic as possible. So I've been recording like this, but in order to have more like stuff in order, I might do like a match in a segment, pause, give my opinion, a match in a segment, pause, give my opinion. I did that like once or twice. To me, it didn't feel authentic enough. And also I felt I was bored, because some of the stuff that I wanted to say, I didn't get to say, or I didn't remember until after. Like, this helps me, my brain opening 10 tabs helps me like try to bring stuff together. Okay, so Theory, and so what I like about this faction is that Paul is with them. You know, Paul helps talent reach a higher level. He's done so with Punk, he's done so with Brock, he's done so with Roman. Seth was already at that level, and he's done something with Seth, even to help elevate the boys. It's kind of gives with Seth and him and his injury, and help elevate the Bronze. It's kind of given what Edge did with Judgment Day before they kicked him out and he quit and all the things. And his contract expired. But I just want them to do, first of all, yeah, because he was sizing Logan and him, talking about he is the greatest person. All hell, the tribal thief, the Ula Fala, all that. First of all, I've said this in the past, like 3 years ago tweet, that Theory gives, because he looks so young, and I know he is young, he gives bad kid energy. Like, his face looked like he was bad as hell, and now with his hair shaved, he looks even younger, and he looked like he used to be bad as hell growing up. Okay. Number 2, I know they are so glad, the ones that had the tour in like Florida, because like they used to do the holiday tours all around. Like this year they did like Baltimore, New York, I think, and then like Florida, maybe like outside of Boston or something like that. So some of them went north, some of them went south. The rest of them did like Florida, like Jacksonville, Tampa, I don't know wherever else you go in Florida, Miami, whatever. But because they had in the Greensboro like once or twice a couple years ago. I know the people, the rest, I know when that they had the ones that was on tour in Florida was happy, because they could probably just they probably ain't even had no hotel. They probably just went to the show from their house, just left like 4 hours early, and then drove back to the house. Because from what I gather, most of the talent, I think, lives in like Georgia, Texas, or Florida. So like anytime they're in those 3 states, it's a win for them. A lot of talent though a couple of them live on the West Coast. A lot of them live in the Midwest, surprisingly. I guess they live where they grow up, because that's the only way that you would want to stay there, like Randy, because I know it's cold as hell in St. Louis. Um, in like Chicago, stuff like that. Um, Speaking of, that was a good game. Sorry, tangent. I missed it, and I was so mad I missed it because I only watched it when my team is involved. But that Bears 49ers game, I watched the highlights on YouTube. Listen, I'm mad I missed that game. That was such a good game. That was such a good game. Okay. Um, what is in my eye? Sorry, y'all. It's a lash, it feels like, but it doesn't want to come out. And nothing is happening. But yeah, so he comes out, right? And my thing is, I don't mind him being a part of the vision. My thing was, before he got injured, I thought he was eventually going to turn on Grayson. Okay? And I'm also like, what are y'all doing with Grayson? Because y'all had him with the New Day, and then when they, like, NXT toured, y'all had him touring with, like, NXT and all the things. But I feel like, first of all, don't mess this up with Theory. Okay? My skin is peeling too on my nose. Like, don't mess this up with Theory. I thought he was going to be the face because, like, even when them two was heels, people started to like Theory more. Two, I just feel like I thought he was going to turn, like, on Grayson or become good or whatever. And I'm like, I feel like Grayson would have been better in the Vision because he was such a good heel. Like, he was a heel in NXT. He was a heel when he was with A-Town Down Under. Like, such a good heel, right? And even before that, when Logan was on SmackDown, I was like, Logan and A-Town Down Under and Pretty Deadly would be a great faction. The five of them, I said it would be a hilarious faction, but it would be a great faction. I don't know what the hell Pretty Deadly is doing. I don't know if they're released. I don't know if they sent them back to NXT. The thing with this is WWE has so much talent, and a lot of people get thrown to the wayside. Like, they sign all these people and have no place to put them. So a lot of these people are getting paid and not being on TV, or you'll see them for a little bit because they'll try to work something in, and then the crowd will respond or not respond once, and then you don't see them again. Like, you need to give wrestlers, I feel like these superstars, at least 3 chances. You know what I'm saying? Because one crowd could just be boring in one city, or the storylines and stuff could just be stupid. You know? Because, and that's how I feel like what they did with Cedric and Grace, the Dragon Lee thing, because Cedric and Dragon Lee could have very much had a 7-match series, just like Andrade and Carmelo had, and he could have been put in something. Y'all could have put him in something. Okay, y'all could have put him in something with like Apollo Crews or something. Added him to that, made them a tag team, added them to the faction. It wasn't until Motor City Machine Guns got there that SmackDown tag teams was hitting on something. Because for a while, Raw was running with it. Okay. So, Jay come on. Ooh, my leg. He says that he's going to show and prove that, you know, he's going to be part of the Vision, this, that, and the third. And all the things of why he should be, and why he acknowledges the tribal thief, and how Braun is going to be the world heavyweight champion. I forgot what the hell he said about Logan. And Logan to me is funny as hell. Like, he's funny. I think he's personally funny because my algorithm on my YouTube shows 5 podcasts and stuff that I watch, or videos I watch. Even though I watch, it shows up stuff with like DC and Marvel stuff also, along with Big Bang Theory and other stuff like that. But my 5 top podcasts that I watch and listen to, or videos that I watch, highlights and stuff from, is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony. It's The Basement with Tim Ross. It's like a spiritual situation. It's WWE's third, React Channel's fourth, and Club 520's fifth. And like, oh, sorry. I feel like, and because of that mix, Logan's random vlogs be coming in through. And like the ones he shows on Raw of him, like him and Stu and stuff like that, which is hilarious. But like he's showing more of him, that part of him on Raw and stuff, which is funny. People that say whatever they say about him, to me, is like, I don't know. But that's the one bad thing about being in the public eye. Like, certain people say stuff before they think. And then certain people, you got to take in effect, like, their age. And when you're at a certain age, you're stupid. And they wouldn't say and do stuff like that now because they're matured. And then some people think, oh, you make one mistake and that's just who you are. And that's not what that is. Because to me, outside of, I don't know what happened prior to WWE. I don't follow him like that outside of WWE. But like, people don't like him at all. And then it's like, God forbid he has an opinion. And I'm like, low key, a lot of the recent stuff he said, in the past like 2 years, a lot of the superstars that we like on WWE would totally say the same thing or agree. But they're not saying it. That's the difference. And we love and follow them. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he's just the one to say it out loud. I'm surprised Stephanie's or What Are You Doing? I'm gonna talk about was not in my top 5 either. But yeah, so he comes out. They're talking about like who he's going to face and just then to show his worth and all this, that, third in division. And so then after that, he's like, all right. So then after that, oh, they was chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. So then Punk comes out. They talk to him. Him and Braun talk. CM Punk looks like he's rested. You can tell that he's of a certain age, and sometimes in his videos, or he doesn't get a lot of sleep because his eyes under here look swollen or like he hasn't gotten sleep. I was like, he needs Preparation H or tea bags, like steam them, and that helps. But one thing my son had me watch a long time ago was like, what's the 10 things that you take with you? And I think it was the Roman Reigns one. We saw the one with Becky and Seth too. And he had showed how he takes a blow up mattress with him because they have to be at like the arena, like 11 or 12 or 1 or something like that. And then they don't have to, outside of them like maybe discussing their match, they're just there until it's time for their match to come on. And he brings that to go to sleep. Listen, he my people. If I don't get off of work, right, till 10:30, especially then when they traveled in between. So they traveled Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But back then, SmackDown was on Tuesday because they had changed it from Thursday. The schedule was weird. So then you had Saturday, Sunday, and then you had Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday. Whatever the hell the schedule was, they was home for a day and a half, 2.5 days, and then you get off at like 10. The show stops at like 10:30, 11, like now. Then if you just had a match, you showering, you getting your stuff together. If you already had one, you just watching everything, but you wait until the crowd died down to leave. See, I'm not one of those. If the people tell me, my boss tell me, okay, the show's over, you can leave now, I'm packing up who ride with me. I'm putting on a mask or something so you don't know it's me, because I'm not signing autographs. It's too late. I do it when I'm coming in, but I ain't doing it when I'm going out. And I'm leaving, especially if I gotta go somewhere that's 3-4 hours away. Bye. Okay. So in between that time, then you gotta try to, what Nikki and them say, you gotta try to go to sleep. And Bianca and them was like, they'll go to a Planet Fitness or something like that, so they can work out that night so that they can sleep in. But that don't work for me. I'm not one of those people that can work out and go straight to sleep. It could be 12. It could be like right now or later, 12 o'clock in the morning, because I've done it. And I'll go work out at 11. And I'll come back and be like, oh, once I get back, I'm going to sleep. Be done my workout at 12. Get home 12:15, something like that. And then I'm up till 4 in the morning. Because I can't sleep because I done gave my brain the dopamine and stuff like that. So, I will have to drive there, go straight to sleep. And that's praying I could go straight to sleep. Wake up, do my checkout time later, like an hour later. If checkout time is 11, I'm asking them, can I check out at 12? So I'm going to get up at like 10, go work out in the gym, come back, take a shower, get my stuff, leave up out of there. I'm definitely getting a blow-up mattress, because when I get to, and I'm getting into the place, to the locker room, I'm blowing that sucker up. I'm putting some what's her names in my ears. I'm going to sleep. And if we family like that for real, because how I sleep at home is not how I sleep. Talk about attire wise. I'm wearing some boxers or something. Like the ladies, I know they done seen each other naked and stuff like that. You can tell from Total Divas, like they all went into the thing topless. I'm wearing some boxers, or I'm sleeping in my drawers. Like I'm wearing a shirt and no, like I'm not wearing sleeping in no pants. I don't like my legs to be hot, and I'm sleeping with one foot out, bringing a cover, because I don't like my feet to be hot. Like I'm going to bed. Gay. But anyway, so so they showed that, and then basically Punk versus Braun, it's gonna be for the New Year Raw that they have all the time. That's always seems like it's in Philly or New York, which I don't understand that. Like, no, last year was in LA because it was the whole Netflix reveal. But the year before that, I think it was in Brooklyn, because I think it was like the 30th anniversary of Raw or something crazy like that. But my whole boom about to come out. Sorry. But somebody was like, Punk looked tired or something like that, like in the tweets. That's not what I'm getting. We know that the Vision is basically going to be the face. If you add Dom in there, the Vision and Dom is going to be the face of wrestling within the next 3 years. A lot of the people that got titles and stuff like that are not going to be here. Okay? Some might. A lot aren't. Okay? I think Cody said 7 years for him. How old is he? Is he a year older than me or 2 years older than me? Is he 40? Or is he 39? I think Seth is a year older than me. I think he's a year older than me, Seth. So I think he's 39. So he said he got about 5 years left. Me and Becky, I think, are the same age. So like it's yeah. So like a lot of these people are gonna be gone. I feel like, and I know it's because of the lack of people that they showcased on the roster. And I know it's because we waited a long time for Punk to be champion, even though Drew should be some sort of champion. I wonder if it's in Drew's contract, sorry, another tangent, that he doesn't be champion, he just likes to chase. Because I was watching this snippet from a podcast of Stone Cold's podcast, and it was him and Kevin Nash, and they was like, "Did you like being champion, or did you like the chase of being champion?" And they said they definitely liked the chase better because it was anticipation, just like Undertaker. Because he was like, "What would I say as champion?" Like he liked being it, but he rather chase it. I feel like that for Punk. Like I like to see him chase it. I like to see the promos. I like to see, and then when you're big like that, it don't matter if you champion or not. Especially now, since a lot of people are saying, him and Cena said that everybody, you're basically salaried now. You get the same paycheck whether you champion or not. So the anticipation of being champion is not the same. You don't have the fight like it was back in the day, where everybody might have been salaried back then, and then you get a percentage for your sales and your whatever, and then you get an extra incentive if you hit a pay-per-view or if you're a champion. Like it's not the same. I feel like that the old pay method might have been better, only because makes people hungrier to want to have better promos, to want to have better matches. That way that you get a better quality of work, and you can see who really wants it, instead of those that just like, "Oh, I'm just doing this as a filler until I start acting," or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are the for lifers? That's what we want to know. Who are the for lifers? Who are, okay, I've done an episode of this, I might have done a movie of this, I might have done, but I know to the core of me that I'm a wrestling for lifer, that I'm gonna be doing this till I can't do it no more. And after I get done doing this, I'm going to have a role like Adam Pearce or Triple H. You know what I'm saying? Or Shawn Michaels, something like that. Or Undertaker, because he helped with the LFG, something like that. Like, or Booker, who's going to be one of those? But so then that happens. So then Raquel was talking. My girl Liv show up. Liv was talking, telling her about how my other girl Roxanne had said something. So she was like, "What did Roxanne say?" See, I missed the last couple weeks, so I don't know that her and Roxanne is on the outs again. First of all, I don't know if that's because of what Roxanne actually said, or the fact that Liv is back and now Raquel is acting like she don't like Roxanne no more. Because we knew that them two ain't kind of get along. And then they start getting along. Also, it's like she's like a female JD McDonough, in the sense that they just threw her in the Judgment Day, with her having to not go through any initiation or nothing like that. So then it's talking about Dom being out, which I've heard. And I was like, this is crazy, because every time somebody from the New Day comes back from an injury or a project, someone else from the New Day gets injured. I mean, sorry, not New Day. Sorry. Judgment Day gets injured. Like, and then I think Joe had said something about JD being out. And I'm like, again, he just came back. Okay? Like, okay. So then it was like she was going for the world championship. So I said, oh, it's going to be a one-on-one match. I didn't know it was a triple threat match, which is better. So she come out, Nikki come out in her I keep wanting to say Steelers, her Eagles gear. I said she is very proud that they are the number one seed in NFC. Like, she got the gear on in Orlando. Orlando ain't got no football team though. They got 3 teams in Florida. None of them are Orlando. Jacksonville did pretty good this season. I'm about to say none of them did real good, but they did okay. Miami and Tampa Bay. But yeah, she came out with her Eagle stuff. And then Maleficent is what I call her. Stephanie Vaquer came out. And that was a pretty good match. And I was here for it. Y'all know I'm here for the girls. I love the Latina representation. I'm here for different cultures. I'm here for all of that. It was just, for me, I'm starving. The only thing about the match that I did not like is the timing of it. Meaning, Nikki either moved too fast or the ref was moving too slow. Because at one point in time, Nikki had Raquel pinned, I think, in a submission. And she was there for a minute. And the ref hesitated, was like this, literally. And then start counting. And then Raquel had kicked out. And I had tweeted, I said, Nikki ain't meant to win this championship. And then once Raquel got kicked out the ring, and then Stephanie pinned Nikki. No. Did she pin Nikki? Stephanie got the pin. She kept it. I said, okay. Because at one point in time, Nikki did a submission on Raquel, I think, before the pin. And then they was like, thank you, Cena. Thank you. And she was like, no, thank me. And I said, that's kind of dirty. Y'all talking about thank you, Cena, about her ex, while she's doing the pin and this man is retired. Like, what are we doing? Okay. Also, I loved her gear, not just because I'm not an Eagles fan. I got family in Philly, shout out. But y'all know green is my color. That lime and neon green is my color. And then black is my second favorite color. My whole family knows it. Like, I got Grinch tree. It's so bad that my brother got me a Christmas gift. And when I saw it, I said, he was like, we knew. I said, green is my color. They was like, we know. And this ain't even the color green. This is a mint green. But everyone knows, like, lime green and neon green. Like the green that Naomi wears. That has been my color since I've been 10. Okay? That's my color. And this green right here. Black is my second favorite color. But yeah. So she ended up winning. That was a good match. Because at first I was like, I wonder how this match is gonna go. I was a little apprehensive. Because I'm like, you have technically two powerhouses and a technician. But I was like, none of them, the two powerhouses have different styles. And I don't know, would I call Stephanie a technician or would I call her a striker? But none of them do like real high flying type situations, moves. Like I would call Bianca a combo because even though she is a powerhouse, we can get flyer from her. She's done the 450. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, oh, my nose. That's too much going on with me. It's itching. I want to sneeze. All the things. So then after that, they showed, who they show? They showed Ludwig as El Grande Americano and the Los Americanos. I said, first of all, when he gets sidekicks, okay? Then I said, are the Los Americanos Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne? And then, you know, they show Ivy and the Creed brothers in the background. And then they showed them talking to, because they first showed my man's Jevon Evans, which I told my son that if he's not related to him, Jevon is probably definitely a family friend of his because my son's dad's side is from Greensboro. And they're deep. Like his great grandma had 8 kids, and all of them had at least 3 kids, and then she got great grandchildren. So I'm like, he got to be, and they've been in Greensboro since forever. Like his family got parks named after him. So I'm like, somebody in your family definitely know him. I call him the friend of family. What was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah, they were talking to, Jevon Evans, and then Jevon Evans was talking to Dragon Lee and AJ, and he was talking about AJ was saying, if you want to run it back next week, we can. And stuff. So I was like, is Jevon called up? Because that's what made me think. And I was like, is him and my girl and Oba called up? And then, you know, it was rumor saying Trick Guy got called up. And they came. That's when Los Americanos came. I saw Ivy and Creed Brothers in the background. Shout out to the Creed Brothers. They are really, really good. And, of course, Duke University. One of my favorite college basketball teams, them in University of Maryland. But, like, because that's when I was like, we know that's Ludwig, but who are them two? And then the guy with the short hair cut his hair, and I was like, I was trying to think, because I was like, not unless Tyler did cut his hair, but not unless he went back to his original color. It was it brown when he cut it? Did he take out the blonde? I can't remember. I was like, I think that's, what the hell did they call themselves? What did Pete and Tyler call themselves? New Catch Republic. Is that him in New Catch Republic? I love it too also, because the triple threat with him, Sheamus, and Bronson really showcased how well he wrestled and why he got signed. And then for, unfortunately, Chad to get injured and then them to give it to Americano and him just taking a gimmick and running with it and doing really well with it. Like, I'm proud of him for that. But I heard somebody call somebody asshole in Spanish because I heard the Vendejo and I said, ooh. And the mom was like, I don't know what he said. He said, I don't know what he said either. And Dragon was like, I'm going to tell you what he said. And I said, this is crazy. But then I was like, I know we got the Usos fighting AJ and Dragon Lee. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, where did AJ and them fight the Creed brothers? Like, outside of, I think they did the Viking Warriors, if I'm not mistaken, from the highlights. But have they fought the Creed brothers? Of course, New Day, because they are sad. They lost their mourning. They, at this point, they need to stop mourning because the title's been passed on twice. Okay? But they was doing all of that. So then after that, they showed Gunther with Jackie. She looks fabulous as always. And then they was showing R-Truth talking to Gunther about retiring his brother. And then that ended up being a match. Which I thought we were going to get. I don't know if we got Ron or if we got Truth. Because Truth would have hit us with the splits and all of the things. But Ron is more serious, and I think that's who we got in the match. Gunther ended up winning that match. And then we got and then they showed, oh, then my girl so then the Kabuki Warriors came out, because I might be doing this out of order. They showed their song, they showed them, and you know, Asuka always cracks me up. Like, one of my favorite things about watching Raw is watching, it used to be like Pat and Cole, but it's also watching Asuka dance to her music and everybody else's music. Like, she don't care. So watching her dance and this show coming back, and then like her getting dancing and stuff like that, she's like, nobody's ready for the Asuka. And then they show Rhea coming out, and like EO coming out, and I said, and them, you know, trying to fight and stuff like that. And they're supposed to be fighting for the tag team championships. What is happening with my face? Is that, oh, that's a mole. I got a new mole? Like, all these moles start popping up in the last 3 years. In my 20s, I had one, and that was this one. Oh, I had these two. This one, these two, this one, and one on my lip. Then all of these right here, I got 35 plus, and they start popping up. Like, I wonder how many more I'm gonna have once I hit 40 in 2 years. But so yeah, sorry. So they was talking about them two fighting for the championship. So then they showed Adam. Adam was talking to Trick, and I was like, has he got moved up? And I was like, I think Adam is trying to get him to come to Raw. But I said, with him being engaged to Lash and she's on SmackDown, he's going to SmackDown. Which 9 times out of 10, I hope they don't try to put him and Melo back together. They could restart their rivalry, but they don't need to put them back together. Because if that was the case, Solo and Melo should have been had their rivalry. Even when Solo was a U.S. champion. Like, we gonna rekindle things from NXT. But I was like, he gonna go right on over there, have a mini NXT reunion, and it's gonna with him, Melo, Solo, and him, Melo, Solo, and Lash. I was gonna say Legado del Fantasma, but I forgot they in AAA. Because they're the tag champions, as I know. I don't know if they still are, but I know that they were. And then then they did a segment. So they was talking about, let me tell you something. First of all, Kari saying, I don't know who does her makeup or she does it herself, but she's never had a bad look. Yeah, she does that one ponytail or something. The color of her hair, and it don't always be the same color. Between the color of her hair and her makeup, is always on point, okay? Second of all, EO ate Oscar down. I said she gonna do some of this promo in English, then she gonna do it in Japanese, which I knew, because as soon as she got that Oscar, she went straight to Japanese. I said, ooh, oh, she real mad. So she was like, you might have been a senpai. I guess that's the same thing as a sensei. She's like, but now the student has become the master. I said, ooh, she trying to tell you, you might have taught me everything that you knew, but you ain't teach me everything that, like, you don't know everything that I know. Basically, I'm about to whoop your ass. Basically what she's saying. Okay, translation. I said, not her eating Oscar up like that. Ooh, okay. So then after that, they were showing the boys, the Usos, in the locker room. And oh no, wait. They showed Adam with Trick. And then they were showing Lyra and Bailey, which Lyra looked great. Bailey's hair, I was like, how long has her hair been grown out? My brain is still stuck on when she had the shaved side, but I was like, the one side of her hair grew back real fast. Okay. And so she hit him with the ding dong idiot. She was like, and you're bald. He was like, yes, I am bald. Then he went through all that. He was like, I need a drink. I said, well, at least Adam ain't turned red this time, because y'all be stressing that man out. But she was like, you said we supposed to be next in line, and what am I hearing that it's going to be Rhea and Io for the tag championships? And I was like, yeah, Adam been doing people dirty, because I understand knew they got a lot of chances and stuff like that, but I do feel what they were saying when I saw the clip. They was like, so y'all decided to be a tag team champion, that tag team again, talking about the Usos, and y'all automatically get first place in line to defend the championship? Like, what is that? Because I was like, yeah, why, where are the War Raiders? Where are, I called them the Viking Raiders earlier, where are the Creed brothers? You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of tag teams, okay? Not just AJ and Dragon. Well, Dragon, because Dragon's with AJ, you can't do Ray with him. You could have, Low key, you could have did Ray and Penta. Speaking of, so then after that they showed Ray coming out. Ray is fighting Theory. So this is when I leave, okay? And not on purpose. Like, I had ordered my son Domino's. So I went to go get him some Domino's. And when I came back, I think Ray hit Theory with the Hurricanrana. And Theory had sold it. And then I think he was about to hit him with a 619 or something like that. Because Logan said he was going out with him. And Logan, I forgot that Logan was going out with him. And because I came back and I was like, is the match over? My son was like, no, they still wrestling. So he ended up getting interfering in the match. Because remember, Punk was like, do you need backup or whatever? Because you know, the Vision, you fighting somebody from the Vision. And earlier, and Ray was like, nah. He was like, Paul Heyman ain't the only person that could call favors. So I was like, who the hell he gonna call? Cause I'm like, Dragon Lee is a tag champion and he is with he with AJ. They got a match later. And I was like, you can't call nobody from Judgment Day. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, and you're a face, you can't call New Day. So like, not unless, I don't know what Creed brothers are. They supposed to be heels or whatever. Cause my mom was like, not unless he gets help from like the Viking Raiders or something like that, which would be a good beef for them to have. I love Ivar. I was like, who is he calling? So he comes back. So Penta come back in regular clothes. And I said, oh, because I remember he got injured. And he didn't do his walk. And then he did what he's supposed to do and all the things. So before that, like they showed the boys talking. And I was like, they look great in this gear. And whoever did that gear, I know is a person that has been doing Jimmy's gear for a minute. Because it's the same design. They just made the vest for Jay. And if it's not if the person that made Jimmy's gear is not the same person that made Jay's gear, then that means Sarath has made Jay's gear like he normally does. Because I know he does his gear and Logan's gear. Like, because I'm so big into not just the story, but the looks and the production, I think I follow more the gear designers than I do the wrestlers. Like, I follow King Troy, I follow Paz Stant, that's how you say his name. I follow Miss Sandra. I follow the dudes that draw the concepts for Street Profits and Cody's jackets. I follow Christina, who works with Miss Sandra sometimes. I follow the lady, I can't think of her name, that does Shotzi's, Rhea's, and Natty's gear and Scarlett's gear. The golf spike looking gear. Okay, I follow, what's the lady name? Miss Christine something, who also does Naomi's gear if Paz doesn't design it, or if Miss Sandra doesn't design it, do it, or Neon Cowboy, she doesn't get it from them. Starlin, like it's a lot of them I follow. So like, and I be so into like their designs and how they make stuff. I even follow the man to make the wrestling boots. I be so into the designs and stuff that I know. Like, if I sit there and look at it, like pause and be looking like real hard, I know who made the gear. Now, some of them I don't know. Like, I don't know who do Bailey's. And I've been trying to find that out because the little wrap junk she be wearing over her gear, or like the jacket, the one jacket that's is gray and green. It's a gray and green. It's the gray and green one with the spikes. I love that jacket so much. And I was like, I don't know if she bought it and they altered it, or if they actually made that for her. But I need to find out who the hell made that jacket. Okay? I think it's half green, half gray, I want to say. Because I was going to say black, but it's just like a smoky gray. Once I find that out, I'm going to be in the game for real. Because I want that jacket. I want that jacket so bad. Yeah, so they was about to say, so before they came out, I tweeted the same thing. No, wait. So then Maxxine came out because they played the music, which I feel like because they're not really Alpha Academy. I don't call them Alpha Academy. I call them Alpha Babes because every time they wear a shirt with gear, it says Alpha Babes. So I feel like their thing in the background should say Alpha Babes too. It shouldn't even say Alpha Academy no more. 2, Maxxine looked great. 3, I don't know if Troy did Becky stuff as far as put her look together as far as that red jacket and the pants. But I like them pants and that jacket. I like the jacket too because it looked like you can unclip parts to make it shorter. Okay. So they're supposed to be having a match too on Monday. That's going to be interesting. The belt actually looks really good on Maxxine. And Becky tried to come for Maxxine because she was saying, 4 weeks in the dungeon ain't going to help your thing. I've been doing this my whole life. And I said, not you trying to go on Natty in them dungeon. Because I said, let me tell you something. Every person that has wrestled for or trained with Natty in that dungeon that works at TNA, ROW, NJPW, Hog, GCW, MLW, WWE, AEW. Did I say AEW? I feel like I'm missing some because I'm just thinking about the ones I follow. All the wrestling companies, the mainstream wrestling companies I follow. Okay, I say MLW, Hog, GCW, ROW, Booker T's, TNA, AEW, WWE, NJPW. Like, yeah. And then all the indies around, like everybody that's wrestled like that has become 1,000 times better. I remember watching a house show when Natty had first wrestled B-Fab, and this was like right after what the hell was that their faction name when it was Top Dollar and them had just got broken off because Asante and her stayed and then he left. Okay. And I saw how she showed him. I was like, ooh. Didn't see her next match was one that was televised. And it was against, was it Jade, Tiffany, or B? I think it was Tiffany or Charlotte. It was one of those two. She did phenomenal. Just like with Dawkins, like when 3 years ago, he had more weight on him too. So he lost weight, so that helps with speed and stuff. He was good, but he wasn't great. And I feel like now he's like great. Okay? That's me personally. Okay, so don't come for. But I feel like everybody that has been in our dungeon, and then you could see it when they come and do their matches. It shows like phenomenal job. Done a phenomenal job. Now if it was in Florida or stuff like that, I would go there. I wouldn't go there every day. Especially like if I live in Orlando and I gotta drive an hour some change to Tampa. Like I'm not doing that every day. I'm gonna go find me a local joint around the corner in Orlando. Like sometimes I just be too lazy and do gas. Like I'd be like Charlotte and go to find the one around the corner. Like if I live in Georgia, I'm not going all the way to Tampa. Like I'm hitting up Cody. Hey yo, when your academy opens so I can go try to hit these ropes. Because I'm not driving. What is it, 10 hours to go to Tampa? What is that, 7 hours? What Naomi said? Naomi said from Pensacola to Tampa was 7 hours. So Georgia gotta be what, 2.5 hours? Atlanta gotta be like 2.5, 3 hours from there. That's 10 hours. Hell no. Nah, nah, nah. See, I be hitting Cody up so quick. Or the Sonic Brothers. Like, I know y'all was in the board of education and stuff, but y'all can't tell me y'all ain't got no dungeon or no wrestling gear or nothing in the back of y'all house in the backyard. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be interesting. Like, I want to see how that is, because I was like, before Maxxine said what she said, I said Becky is funny because I said, and the wonder why her and New Day get along and New Day was defending her, because I was like, she's blamed everybody for her loss but her. She done blamed Jessica. She done blamed Alicia. She done blamed Adam or Triple H or whoever. It's everybody's fault of why she ain't got that belt by her. Just like when New Day, when they lost the titles, oh, they in mourning. Oh, it's because Adam do this. Like, y'all just lost. Okay? You just lost. That's it. So, before the Usos came out, I was like, I wonder if they're going to come out to that Uso song, the original, the Penitentiary, and then switch to Jay song like they did when they came to Raleigh, or if they just want to play Jay song, or what's the situation. So when they got hyped up and they came down, they had Jay song, but they switched the graphics to Usos instead of Jay Uso. Also, shout out to production, because when Rhea and Io came out, they had their names side by side with like the graphics fit their persona. I love small details like that. And I was like, production. Like, I used to do production for 4 years at the church I went to before it closed down. I miss doing it so much. But like, small details like that make viewers at home feel like they're a part of the story. You know what I'm saying? If they had a position in WWE right now to do production, and they hired me, even if it's new software, and they would have to only show me about once, maybe twice, I get it like that. I would, boy, let me tell you something. Because if the people that used to wrestle can do production and creative and stuff like that and figure it out and been doing a great job, and then someone that has experience and have a degree in business, can y'all hire me? Listen, I'll be head over heels. Because for me, if I was working there, if I wasn't doing production, I would be doing cosmetology, because I went to hair school too. Or I would want to do like a Paul Heyman thing, managing. Commentary before. I don't have the voice. Even though I can sing, my voice doesn't carry. It's very much like Brandy or Maya. I can't do a Samantha situation. But them 3 jobs right there would be it for me. Like, my body's bruised up enough from playing basketball. I just had knee surgery 2 months ago. I'm not trying to get in the ring. And if I were to get in the ring, I'd be like a DDP, getting in the late 30s and doing it for, I don't even know. I can't even remember. I forgot how long he did it for. But that'd be it. But yeah, they came out, and then my song came out. Dragon Lee got one of my favorite. It's only 5 songs I dance to when they play. Like that. Like, I dance to Dragon Lee's, Io's, Grayson Waller's, Bianca's, and Solo's is number 1. Them 5, anytime they come on, I'm dancing off the rip. Okay? His song came, I was like, then AJ's came on. And then the match happened. And my son came down here. Because he said, if the Usos become a tag team again, I'm going to start back watching faithfully. Like, Jay is his guy out of the 2. And he watched them for a little bit, but he loves the Usos as a whole. Like I told y'all, when he was younger, it was the Usos. And then tied for second was the New Day and Alpha Academy with Chad and Otis. And then third was Street Profits. I don't know what it is, but I guess kids love Alpha Academy. I don't know what it was about them. But my son, so that's the whole reason why he liked the Bloodline. That and Sammy's like dancing and stuff. But excuse me. They wrestled. It was a good match. Jay was doubting himself. I don't know if I couldn't hear because my son was on the phone with my nieces. So I don't know if he said he was doubting himself because of how he was acting like while he was a solo before Survivor Series, that he was being like Lil Roman, or if he doesn't know how to be in a tag team because he's been by himself for so long, or if he just doesn't think he could win a championship. So the match went on. Everything. Oh yeah, my son thought Jimmy was going to start first because he was like, Jimmy always starts first. I said, watch Jay start first. Jay started. And Alicia announced him, and she called him Jimmy, and then she called him main event Jey Uso. And I said she should have said Big Jim and main event Jey Uso. Like, we not gonna downplay Jimmy. First of all. Second of all, I was like, I wonder if Naomi to stay in Orlando, if she backstage watching her man with the belly and all wrestle, if she at the home, or if she at home watching him. Second of all, third of all, okay, I was like, yeah, he stopped coloring his hair. He's letting the gray show more. Jay colored his light brown, chestnut brown. That's the color I told him he should have had when he had that bleach blonde. I said no. I was like, you gonna strip and mess your hair up? That's not it. He got this color, which works better because it's not as harsh on your head. My grays are showing, Lord. But yeah, so I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen, because I was like, I was just curious. I wanted, so it ended up being great match. It took everything off. Dragon had hit, my brain. Dragon had hit Jimmy on the table. Jay had Spear Dragon, I want to say. Jay almost got Styles Clash. He did get Styles Clash by AJ, but he kicked out. Okay. Jimmy had almost pinned Dragon Lee, and my heart dropped. I was like, excuse me. I said the way my heart, no, it was AJ. Because I said the way my heart dropped, I tweeted, I was like, the way my heart dropped for that. I said, but then I got to remember that AJ, Finn, Seth Rollins, KO, and Sheamus have high resiliency. Them five right there, you could beat them till they blue in the face and they still gonna pop up somehow. And I'd be like, nigga, how is y'all doing that? Okay? Especially Finn, AJ, and KO. I used to be like, Seth would do it when adrenaline kicks in. But them three, because I have to remember who was wrestling. Like, yeah, I was enjoying the match, but I was like, yeah, that's right. I was like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like when the I Quit match at Backlash with him and Cody happened, and then he ended up random, like the match was going well, and I guess they were short for time. And after all of that, it was something minor, and AJ was like, I quit. I was like, it didn't make sense to me, because I was like, they had to cut, I know they had to cut some stuff out, and two, I'm like, that's not who AJ is. Two, so my heart almost jumped out of my chest, because I was like, yeah, this is a good match. I want both sides to win, but I want AJ and Dragon to retain it a little more. So then they had kicked. I forgot what had happened with AJ, but they had kicked Dragon Lee, and then they 1D'd him. I was gonna say 3D, but that's what the Dudleys call it. 1D'd him. Oh, my arm. And ended up winning and becoming the tag champions, which is funny because Kofi tweeted, it was like, oh no. And I was like, well, you got the rivalries back, you gotta get the titles back. And then I was like, hopefully we'll get some good up down content, because my son, like I told y'all when we started watching 3 years ago, he wanted to know all things Uso, all things New Day. And because of that, we got into all old clips. That's how I got into Total Divas. He was watching the episodes that had Jimmy in them. We got into old we got into old bloodline story, because when we came in, it was RK Bro versus the Usos, and that's when they unified the titles. So like it was right either that week or the week before. It was the week after Naomi and Sasha left. That's when we got into it. And then um shout out to Naomi too, or Trinity. I'm so used to calling her that because of Total Divas, because she's the reason why I started watching TNA again. Because I used to watch it when Hogan and all them was on it back in the day. AJ and Sting and all them. But I didn't watch it for a while. And then when she got on there, I started watching back again. So, and then her and then like Mustafa going over there and all of that. It's lit now, but like she's the main reason. She's the main reason why a lot of people start watching TNA again. Like, we not gonna hold you. Not even gonna cap and be like, we ain't, because we wanted to see what her journey was gonna be like. Okay? Because she's the reason why I got familiar with Jordan Grace. um, but yeah, so he was like, oh no. So I was like, yeah, I want some do up and down, come down content, because I'm like, I miss the Tekken Wars. I don't care if y'all do COD Wars. Like, it's not the same as, like, I like the interviews with like Motor City Machine Guns and like Braun and stuff like that. Like, keep those coming. But like the war for the belts and stuff like that, like when we getting those? Especially since all four of y'all still are back on the same show. Okay. My nose is still stuffy. Y'all hear that? So they won, and I was happy and I was sad, because I was like, I'm glad they won it. And then it was like they're 8-time, 9-time champions. I was like, are they 9-time champions or 8-time champions? What the hell? Whatever number they are. Because when he said before that, they was like they're 8-time champions. I was like, are we? I was like, is it really that Jay's an 8-time champion and Jimmy's a 7-time champion? Or are both of them together 8-time champions and then Jay is a 9-time champion? Because remember, he got title one time with Cody. That whole interview is iconic. Okay. So, which he don't need to drink no more. Because they got clips of him on the internet after John Cena's match. And like they were showing people, the audience was showing him like, what is he doing? And then the clip of him on Facebook and stuff like that. And then the whole interview with Jackie is hilarious. But yeah, so I was like, I'm happy for them, but I'm sad because I was like, what are they? AJ is always gonna have a storyline, but I'm like, what are they gonna do with Dragon Lee? He is so talented, and I don't want him to fall to the wayside, because when they let go of Cedric, he was basically fell to the wayside, and then they made him a part of um LWO. But I'm like, LWO is basically disbanded because now it's just Ray. Um, Zelina had went over to SmackDown. Now she with her husband. You know what I'm saying? Um, Carlito is cut. Legado del Fantasma is at AAA. And I was like, to display his talent, Now, unless y'all gonna put him back with Ray, take him over there to AAA. Let him showcase his talent there, because he is very talented. He is very talented. Okay. But I'm happy the guys won. I'm just sad about the Dragon League part, because I feel like normally when creative doesn't know, or they only go from like week to week, they kind of be missing pieces. Okay. Like what are we about to do with him? Also, like, I wonder what Jay's baby is gonna say. Well, he's not a baby no more. He's 13. Well, once they your babies, they always your babies. Like, he's a champion again. Like, you texting him or calling him like, "Hey, yo, look what I got." But they still on holiday tour, so I don't even think he going home. But he can still like FaceTime him or call him and be like, "Hey, guess what your father got? You watch me tonight? Guess what I got?" You know what I'm saying? So luckily his son wants to go into wrestling, because if not, my son was going to take his name. My son was going to be LJ Uso. But he already favored him, which is crazy, because his uncle looks so much like Solo. And when I put some pictures up on it, they be like, he look like he could be one of them. And I was like, but we black. Like, so that's how you know that, like, there's no one race, there's a human race. And everybody, like, originates from the Middle East and Africa, because it's so many, like, similarities. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great night. I don't know what time it is here on the East Coast. What time is it? 11:48. Okay. I'm exhausted. I low-key was about to take a nap after Raw went off. So I hope you guys have a great night. This gown keeps coming down. That's why I don't sleep in these. Be blessed because you are blessed. Okay. And check on your people, the strong people that seem okay, the people you haven't talked to in a while, the people, you know, that's on your mind or that you dream about. Even if you don't talk to them and they're on your mind or you dream about them, just say a little prayer for them, because God might have placed them on your heart for a reason. Okay. You never know when it'll be your last time speaking to people. I'm saying that from experience. Like I said, my grandma recently passed earlier this month. So just make sure you just tell people you love them or you're thinking about them or whatever. Anyway, love you all. Bye.